2015 GMC Acadia. This is the all-wheel drive model. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but we are going to be replacing the starter today. In this video, we're going to be using the 17997 Sierra starter from CarQuest. Let's get to it. Alright, first thing you need to do is remove this engine cover right here. You just need to remove your oil cap, and then you can pull the cover right off. It's just held in with a couple of little rubber suction cup type doodads. And then make sure you put your oil cap back on. You don't want any debris to fall into there. Next, we're going to be removing this apparatus right here. It's held on with two 10mm bolts. Go ahead and let that fall right out of the way. Next, as you're looking down at the new opening you just made, you'll notice your O2 sensor. You're going to need to unplug this O2 sensor right here, because we are removing this heat shield on top of the exhaust manifold. It's held on with three 10mm bolts as far as I can tell, because I only see three. There's one right here, and one right there, and the other one is hidden right back there. That last one's a little bit tough to get on camera, but you just follow the exhaust manifold around, you'll be able to see it. It's right there. To get these bolts, I'm going to be using 3 1/4-inch extensions all put together. The last 2 are the swivel extensions. These extensions are very useful. They allow you to swivel the socket or another extension about 5 degrees. So together, I'll get about 10 degrees out of this. Heat shield is free, so now we're going to go ahead and unplug our O2 sensor, our oxygen sensor. I'm going to try to get a better picture of this as soon as I pull it out. So it's held in with a little protective tab, and then you just, after you pull the tab out, you just lift up on this little piece right here and give it a slight pull, and it'll come right out. There's our heat shield. Place that out of the way. And now that we have access to the top 3 bolts on the top of the manifold that we need to remove to be able to drop the downpipe that's blocking the starter, that's this bolt right here, and then these 2 bolts right here, and then there's the actual, I thought one of them was a bolt. I guess there's actually 3 nuts, they're not bolts. And then the third one's right here. It's just down there in like a little triangle. 1, 2, 3. But now that they're free, we go ahead and hit them with some PB Blaster. They are on the exhaust manifold, and I'd rather have the best luck of getting these out without breaking something or stripping something. Should give them a nice coat. And if you want, you might even just want to let them soak for a couple minutes or an hour, just to give yourself the best chance at not breaking these bolts, because they are going to be rusting. And they are 15 millimeters. Alright, and to remove those 3 nuts, I'm going to be using the 3/4 inch impact. I'll be using the deep 15 millimeter on a short swivel socket or extension with a 12-inch extension attached to that. Giving me just enough room to clear the engine bay. I'll turn the camera right there. There's one. There's 2. And there's 3. All 3 of them are done. Good. I like it when I don't break any bolts. It's my favorite part of the day. Alright, now we can get underneath the car and move on to the second step. Alright, the vehicle in the air. Got my light bar illuminating the situation. Go ahead and spray down these 2 bolts. Let those soak for a minute. Go ahead and remove these bolts now. And you see right on the other side of this O2 sensor right here, there is a 15 millimeter bolt holding on to this hanger. Make sure I got a good hand on it, because I also don't want to mess up that O2 sensor. Nice. Not too shabby. With that 15 millimeter bolt removed, we are now free to remove the catalytic converter / downpipe and take advantage of this flex pipe. Just don't push it too much. You don't want to split this thing. What would be the best way to get this thing out? There it goes. Alright. And now that we have access to the starter, we get to do my favorite part, which should be the first thing you do when starting this job, but I always get excited about working on cars, so I always forget to do it as I jump into things without thinking about my own personal safety, as always, is unplugging the positive. Right here on your BCM, located right here, 12 millimeter bolt. Go ahead and remove both of these cables and tuck them underneath, and then put your nut back on as to not lose it. And make sure you tuck them underneath and close that cover, because you don't want them to accidentally reconnect. It'll be shocking if they do. But All right. Now that we can see our starter, her, you'll see that it's held on with two 15mm bolts. One up top, one down bottom. Let's go ahead and get at them. The top one might be a little bit difficult. Might need to actually use a gear wrench on that or something. First bolt out. The starter, there's a little heat shield on top of it that won't let me get a decent sized socket in here. It's held on right up top right there with an 8mm bolt. There we go. There we go. There's our little baby heat shield. Looks like it just kind of clips on top of that starter solenoid. Make sure we put that back before we button this thing up. Alright, so that bolt is actually so tight in there, I had to use an open-end wrench to break it loose, but now that it's loose, I can kind of just get it out with my finger. Just be careful, of course, you don't drop this on your face. Alright, there's the second bolt. Alright, so it looks like we actually can't remove the starter yet, because GM in their infinite wisdom put a knock sensor right behind it, so you can't actually slide it out from the transmission because it hits this knock sensor back here. So we're going to go ahead with a 13mm on my little stubby dude and break this loose and get it out of here. Alright, with that bolt removed, I'm just going to go ahead and let this hang out of the way. So hopefully now we have enough room to get our starter out of the transmission. Right, and now we've got our starter removed. Sorry for skipping over the last part of the video. It was just too tight in there for the camera. Inside here you'll see this was held on, your main power lead going to the battery was held on by a 13mm bolt, and your signal wire right here is held on with a little push tab release. You just squeeze this down and pull it out, and it also had this orange safety clip on it. I had to use a flathead screwdriver just to pop that out of the way. And other than that, it came out fairly simple. It was just too tight of a space. Go ahead and reinstall everything in the reverse order that we took it apart, and you should be pretty much golden. If this video helped you out, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.